Hello and welcome to Conscious Gatherers. My name is Beverly Thompson.
And I'm AJ Royce.
We welcome you to our episode 159, and today's date is November the 11th, 2025. So today is 11/11. And the way I look at 11/11 is new beginnings, or the pillars of life, and going through the pillars into a new reality.
Yeah, like a gateway.
Many of us have seen that the numbers 11/11. Boy, I think I started seeing those back in the 90s, possibly the 80s. That's in the 1900s, by the way, which now seems a long time ago. But
Yeah.
I don't know about you, Royce. When you started seeing the numbers 11/11, a lot of people see it now.
Yeah, I think it was probably around, pardon me, around 1989, somewhere around in there, I think.
Okay, well, there you go. So, and here we are in 2025, and wow. Well, we've had another interesting day, and we did have uh, actually a group that we did speak to for a little while this morning, and then a I'm calling him a gentleman or a galactic friend, and he's rather large, and he shared quite a bit with us.
Yeah.
So we will share what he shared with us, and it's all very positive, interesting. And today was one of those days where Royce and I were going deep, and
In our conversation. Mhm.
in our conversation, yeah. Thank you. And it's like, wow. And so it's like, okay, what is reality? And we've talked about that, and um, um, we're not going to go. Well, I don't know how far we're going to go. It's whatever we feel like doing, and what comes up as we talk to you all.
Yeah, because sometimes the moment dictates where the conversation goes, so.
And our moments change.
Yep.
There's some things that I had written down earlier, actually a little over a week ago, and we're really starting to really know the truth of this reality, and that's really where our conversation was going, because of trying to what we have seen and experienced. This is okay. What is the truth of this reality? And it's like it's one heck of a lot deeper. I'm going to call it complex than I ever imagined.
Yeah. I never would have considered some of the things that we were talking about today. That, well, to put numbers on the years.
1900s.
Wow.
Last century. That's not like a long time
ago.
Yeah, I did that.
So, all of a sudden it's like, oh, hey.
Like, wow. However, what we're experiencing now is profound.
Yeah.
And so much more is coming out. We're starting to understand more, and and we're we as our physical bodies are being upgraded. Is there another word that you want to use for that?
No.
And we call it the great ascension process. Excuse me. And indeed it is. I was just thinking a moment ago about when I felt things were a heck of a lot simpler, and I'm going back to religion. And I thought, okay, we're born into this life. And even though I knew that God was everywhere, because I realized that when I was 20 years old, was told, and was like, oh, okay, So I know I've talked about that on other episodes. However, it's like, okay, you live this life and you live a good life and you go to heaven and everything's golden from there. And it's like, not really. So we're finding out really how incredible beings that we are, much more than this one lifetime as we see it.
Yeah, and all the different realities that we are effective within. I think that's stated okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's because we're multidimensional creatures and multi-reality beings. It's just like, to think about it, back years ago is like, oh,
Yeah, but we do understand so much more than we did in the, in the last century. Really weird saying that, but here we are, 2025.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, I was going to go somewhere and I lost it. But anyway, we're understanding reality as really much broader and deeper than I could ever have imagined. And
Yeah.
it's continuing. I do feel that at this point, jump in anytime, Royce, if you would, that we're, as we evolve in this great ascension process, or whatever words you want to use, or finding out more about ourselves. And, a lot of us are having these so-called ascension symptoms. Like yesterday, I got hit by a bout of like just a touch of dizziness, and I wrote you and said, "Are you feeling an energy burst right now?" You said no, and I'm like, but I was, and so I just sat down and just centered myself, and then some of those symptoms, I can't say the word, symptoms subsided. So it wasn't anything bad or anything like that. Well, bad, but when to slow down and stop and let your body adjust.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing, is let your body adjust to these frequencies that are hitting this earth plane and affecting our DNA.
Yeah, and some of the things that we're being confronted with is when certain things that used to fit within our lives just don't fit anymore, and when that reaches a certain degree, it's like it's over, and so we make a change. We're adjusting as we go on.
Well, change was a word that I heard a lot earlier today, and that we'll share. And it's been pretty interesting. Yeah, these these beings that come in really have a lot to share with us, and a lot of knowledge. And we've talked about various other beings. How many we've talked to when we're together, and what they have to share, and they're going to make themselves known on Earth in a more physical sense. And but quite a few, and they're everybody's going to share their thoughts, their technology, their whatever it is. And so it's going to be a back and forth, and I think it's going to be extremely interesting, because even though it has been happening, I think for quite a while, but not knowingly happening, and this will become more conscious for the whole world.
Yeah, yeah. That made me think about my understanding of, well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make sense with this or not, but yeah, go for it. It's like, okay, when you're living in a certain frame of mind, a certain reality, you expand to fill that up, and then you move beyond it, and so when you move beyond it, you actually are expanding everything else, and you get to see more of what was actually already there, but you couldn't perceive it before. So it's like opening up. When you open up, it opens up the view of the reality, if you want to put it that way, so that you can see more of what was already there to start off with, but you just couldn't perceive it before because your eyes hadn't opened to that point yet. So,
And you're talking about that's even our physical eyes, but our third eye,
mm-hmm.
our internal
That's what
eye,
I'm
our
referring to.
knowingness.
Mm-hmm.
And it's happening everywhere. And people are having all kinds of experiences. And I did talk to a friend the other day, and she was having a throbbing in her third eye, and I think that was her sixth in third chakra. And it's like, okay, what's going on there? So, yeah, everybody's going to feel it differently.
Well,
And
I started having the throbbing over my third eye when I started having visions of that. What started off as a planet, and then um, with a plasma like light that was spewing out of it, which became a ring around the planet, and then the planet just kind of was absorbed in this ring. So that was a series of visions, but every time I got that throbbing with the third eye. So it's going on with a lot of people.
yeah, how does that happen? What are the physics behind it? I don't know. We were, as we mentioned earlier, we went pretty deep today. But that gets into what we were talking about. Okay, how does this happen? Well, how come we were made the way we are? Here we got this pineal gland, and we call it the third eye. And what is the Indian people or the Vedic? So no, they have the red dot. I think. Yeah,
Anya chakra or something like that.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think it's the Anya chakra.
Which would be the third eye. So it is like opening up. And you see designs of the third eye, just all of these, it's there and it's in art. And so there's a lot of people that have realized it in previous lives here on Earth. And now we're starting to feel it. And I use mine all the time. And you do. It's a part of you.
Yeah.
It just is. So to realize we all have this. All right. You want to get into what we saw earlier today, and it was pretty interesting. This a small group, we could see that they were working with us, and uh, I was seeing um, the Horn of Plenty, which I haven't thought about the Horn of Plenty, even though it's almost Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
What is the Horn of Plenty? And it used to be a Thanksgiving decoration, right? And so you got the horn and all the fruit and vegetables, etc., that are coming out of the horn. I don't know the history on the Horn of Plenty.
I don't either.
Something y'all can look up. So, anyways, it's like all that was coming in, and then I was seeing Royce and standing in front of it's like a farmer's market, or I don't know if it'd be a grocery store, but more of a farmer's market, because I saw a bunch of fresh fruit and it looked absolutely delicious. And it was just spread out, and different types of food that I could tell you that you didn't even know what it was. And then I could see other people that were looking at this fruit, and then the conversations um, with the people that were there, and they were all happy and joyous, and they were saying, okay, what do you use this fruit for? What do you use this vegetable for? And so they were sharing ways of doing that, recipes, or eating it raw, whatever it may be. But it was just a lot of sharing. And I feel that this is going to actually happen, or is happening, or will happen, both. But it was really neat to see that. I can still see it, and everything was fresh and clean. And I could see the greens and yellows, and the kind of the orangey colors, and red, probably apples. But it was just really,
Kind of makes
really
you
fun.
salivate, just thinking about
I
it.
know. Absolutely delicious. So I was like, okay, we're going there. Um, so that was my vision, and it was just the excitement was really fun to watch, and I was excited watching you all, with this food stand. I was like, geez, you know, we're ready for this. And then I heard from our galactic friends. I heard coming soon. I think we've gotten similar things like this in the past, but coming soon in this theater of life. And you expanded on that.
Yeah, well, it's just like the during war times, in the like the South Pacific or something, in that theater, So this uh, an area of time frame of all that kind of stuff.
And it's all kinds of, yes, life. Um, and then this um, female being, and she looked young. Who knows how old she was, with kind of a long dark hair, and she's holding up like a large pad, and something that was written in like bold print at the top, and I'm kind of doing one of these, like, okay, what's it say? And then actually I heard the the title was "The Carnival is Ending." I wasn't expecting that. So, the carnival is ending. So here's what I got from that. All right. Um, the final releasing. The more you release, more goodness and greatness of life fills you up. So it tells you, getting rid of the old, and then it leaves that room for all the wonderful things to come in.
Yeah.
A new challenge is for you to accept this change, talking about change, to bring about a cohesiveness within you and with others. Is there a catalyst? Catalyst? They said perhaps that catalyst resides within each of you. It is not out there. Rejoice in the knowledge that you hold that power, a total power of love. So, a catalyst, it's, in other words, making the changes as I see it. Once you accept this change, the more light you will embody, the faster you will receive your goals. Then new goals are established. Are they goals? As I was questioning the word goals, they said, or new ways of being coming into focus. Release the drama. The play is about to end. Then take a bow. I think we've gotten that before too. It is done. It is done. So that was take a bow. There you go. All right. Did you get anything this morning that you want to share?
No, not with that.
Okay. All right. All right. Then later today, there was I'm calling him a gentleman. I think I mentioned it earlier in our podcast, that stepped forward. He was rather tall, big guy. And we have learned to be, very using our discernment, and always asking for whatever is the highest good of ourselves and humanity, if you're sharing with us, and yourself, and so on and so forth. And because he just kind of sauntered in. So, and kind of quiet in a way,
Yeah.
versus bang. And so we're like, However, he stayed, and he had in his hand like a pen and a pad of paper. And then you were seeing. Do you remember what you were seeing? That he is with a group that actually live on a ship outside of our solar system. So you saw all of that. So if you want to share that part.
What I got?
No, well, not you can, but I'm thinking about. Where was that in there? Excuse us.
Yeah, I wasn't seeing him like you were seeing him. To me, it was coming across very, very softly, almost like the words were more like a mist rather than words. It was really unusual. The first time I'd experienced that type of communication, but then it became clearer until I guess my inner translator went to work and came up with the words.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, go right ahead, and then I'll share what he had to say to me. Go ahead.
Okay. All righty. Beneficent greetings to all. I have come as an ambassador, emissary for my people, those who abide within the realm of celestial visitors from afar. We have encountered much life through our travels, and we have to say there is a precious yet uncanny fortitude or strength of will to survive built into all of them. It is our belief that this common theme bears testament to a common origin. Should this not be a prod toward the realization of brotherhood? We have seen what is transpiring upon your planet. We have seen the strife and felt the reverberation of it. And we offer our understanding of commonality, of brotherhood to all. Allow your hearts to expand upward and outward, to connect with your common links out among the stars. There is so much to look forward to as those links are reunited. We urge you all to join hands and reconnect with the other bands of your own family, both upon and beyond this planet. The time draws near to the inevitability of your species' true enlightenment. We are forever in humble admiration of life. And that's what I received.
Wow. Wow.
But it was such a soft, genuine experience that I was taking part with and absorbing from him. It was just really neat.
I remember you saying that you felt like that they were from outside of our galaxy.
Way beyond galaxy. Yeah, way beyond. It's like I tried to get a grip on, trying to zone in on where exactly they came from, he and his people, and I couldn't find like a single planet or area. It's like they had been traveling for so long that the whole of it was their home, their point of origin. It's like they were just traveling through, reconnecting with all of us, and we're everywhere.
Tell you how important we are here and what's going on right now. These beings want to be part of it. Come in. Looked like he was going to take notes.
Yeah,
The pen and paper. I don't know if he needed to write that down, but if he had showed that to us, so we knew, we could tell that he was going to report back, so to speak, or if you call it back, report to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was quite interesting. Um, it's getting a little dim in here.
Yes. You want me to turn the light on?
Yeah. Excuse
Okay.
us. I can't see very well in the dark. not to read anyway. So, but just a very soft gentleman, and his name is something like Andy or Ande, something along those lines. So we just started calling him Andy because it was simple. All right, I can see.
Okay.
Yeah, so a little brighter on our faces here. All right. Here's what he had said: a finale of changes, insights, and in spirit. This is an exchange of ideas, more than rocket science. I thought that was kind of funny. Your planet of free will is expanding exponentially. It is a service to not only your planet, but many planets as well. A full blown extravaganza. New works are in progress to bring about profound changes to the human species. Your extended abilities may astound you and others. Not only is there and will be profound exposure what has gone on in and on your planet and what is in you. So I said, well, are there any particulars you can point out regarding changes? And here's some of the answers. Your innate abilities to transform time. We talked about time switching and all of that recently, reality switching. Yeah, think so. Think that's not happening? All right. Anyway, your innate abilities to transform time, meaning you can see what you term forward and back in time. Not all outcomes from any changes one wants to make can or will happen in your outer world. You are part of a collective. And so that we are human species, we're all part of a collective. In fact, he was saying he's part of a collective too, meaning they had, different various types of beings on their ship. That's what I got out of it, as we do here on Earth.
Yeah, and the species as they are like a blend.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We're a blend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember we used to say Heinz 57 for dogs? We're that too. All right. There will be an exchange of ideas. Our technology, this is him, this is Andy talking. Our technology is far advanced to what most of humanity experiences. However, you are much more advanced than what you give yourself or selves credit for. Once we are able to more openly share with you, we'll amplify these abilities. As you make things happen, and can't read my writing here. Something about the constraints of those you call the deep state are fully lifted. Okay, yes, you make things happen, and until the constraints of those you call the deep state are fully lifted, we'll be able to see ourselves, yourselves, or ourselves blossom in ways that will astound us.
Mm-hmm.
And so One thing was food production, quick, like fast growing, and nutritious. And I remember, that one being was showing us that tree. We could just eat the fruit or the leaves, and that would
Yeah.
nourish our bodies. But there are going to be the fruits and vegetables as we know now, but it sounds like they're going to be just so much more nutritious and quite easy to grow.
That
Travel.
sounds like an
Go ahead.
introduction of other seeds to our society, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. So that's exciting. Yeah.
The seed bank's coming.
I think part of it's here on
Yeah.
on the arcs that are activating. That's a whole other story.
Yeah.
Anyway, another thing is travel, and so many inventions, such as in air travel, using magnetics devices are going to be used, and so that may be on an array of things on our travel. And then the other one was holographic projection using the mind, because I could see Andy as he was talking. I was seeing um, all these figures and symbols, like numbers and symbols, and like
Equation.
equations, physics and mathematics and all of that put together. And I had no idea what it was saying, but you could tell they were far advanced in that area. And so they're going to help us, and we're helping them, because it's the way it's going to be, and it's happening, and it's going to be happening more openly, and the technology is going to be incredible. He's also saying we're incredible, just our bodies, and that are we're incredible technology. So anyway, I just think it's very exciting, because I do feel that this is happening soon. It's already started, um, but it'll become more open. So we'll be astounded. Do you have more to add on that?
No, no, my head just, travels in all kinds of different directions, thinking about all the things to be realized um, about ourselves and about our capabilities.
We're a heck of a lot more grander than we could ever imagine,
Yeah.
and we're finding that out. We just talked about the third eye. How long we've been using our third eye, and some people their whole life, and others, of late. So, excuse me, it's that knowledge that we know who we are and what's going on. We're starting to see some of the old talking about free will somewhere in here. Um, what's been taken from us, and what you call taken from us, or we given away, and it's like, no, we're bringing that back on full force, and as we're seeing the chaotic times of some of the I call them dark ones, are being taken out.
Yeah, our eyes are just being open to see what has been there the whole time, lurking under the surface.
Mm-hmm.
It's being exposed now, has been exposed now, so that we can really see what that looked like, and it's quite ugly.
Some of it is, but you know
Yeah.
what? We got all this in front of us, so once you and I'll get past the ugly part,
Yep.
Maybe a little shocked at what we're going to find out, and then we move on, because it's going to be absolutely grand and wonderful.
Yeah.
And
The comparison of the two, just there's no way to compare them.
not at all, but it's dropping all that old stuff away. So, all right. This out. Yeah, I think you have something to say about that.
I'm just so grateful. I was thinking this morning about how my parents met. They were both working at Westinghouse, and that was during the war effort, where all of the machining was being done to create the aircraft and the boats and the ships and all that kind of stuff. And so that's how they met. And so um, they didn't go into the service, but but many in my family have gone into the service, and one of my brothers, and so I am just so grateful to everyone who has served in whatever branch of the armed service that it is, because they chose to protect all of us. They chose to fight for what we hold dear, our freedoms. This is quite a unique country, and we are quite blessed, and they have been fighting to keep it that way, to keep it a blessed place. So I am just so grateful for those who gave the ultimate sacrifice, for those who really came back from the different skirmishes, the wars. Um, not all of them came back, whether it was emotionally or physically losing body parts. What they have seen, what they have gone through, what they chose to do for all of us, and I am just so grateful. My heart is so full. Thank you all so much. Um, you have not been forgotten.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Our freedoms, it's changing, and we're finding out we're going to have more freedoms than what we realize. We don't even realize we don't have the freedoms, full freedoms, and that it's a lot deeper. And so, but we're finding that out now. Our next episode would be the week of Thanksgiving, and Miss Royce, you will be out of town. And so we may do our next live podcast on Friday, the 21st, still to be determined. So,
Yep, if we can do it, that's what we're toying with. So we're going to try to do that.
And if so, we'll send a notification on our YouTube page, and you can find it there. If you subscribe, you should be able to get that message. So, sometimes as we're looking at the screen now, I'm not sure. I was just checking. I sure hope it's working so, after going through this. But it appears it is. So I don't think we've been cut off. So as we have in the past. So maybe those days are over. I'm sure hoping so.
Yeah.
I don't like, censorship is not okay to me. So, well, anyway, thank you. Extremely exciting times ahead. And stay calm through this storm that we're going through right now. Getting rid of all that doesn't serve us on the national as well as the world front, and the end of wars, end of this, end of that. I don't see us going to any wars personally. Yes, there is the war in Ukraine and Russia, which to me makes absolutely no sense. But war in itself makes no sense to me.
That's right. Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah. It's like, why are you doing this? It's some silly stuff of some control measures that are on their way out. So blessings to you all, and remain calm through these times, knowing that indeed and actually wonderful life is in front of us. Any last words of wisdom?
I just love you all, and thank you so much for being here at this particular time, playing your part, doing what you can do for the greater good. Thank you.
You're here for a reason. Yeah. So thank you. All right. Much love to you all, and good day.